Hello and welcome back. And in the previous video, we have seen that how we can add the logging. So we have added a macro format log message. So that I have already explained to you. And now it's time to add the logic for socket communication. So we are going to make our socket server. So I'm going to show you in this particular lecture that how you can add that particular code and how you can compile it, and then in the next video, I will show you that how you can integrate that socket communication logic to make it a socket server with this particular Windows service logic and with this Windows service communication. Like here, I have shown you that all the things that this particular service will do that comes under this thing, service worker thread. So I have already told you this thing. So in this function, we will do certain changes, and after that, we will see that how you can integrate your socket communication logic in here inside this thread, right? So let us focus first on the socket creation logic. Okay, I mean socket communication logic that we are going to write. So we are going to write that in the C++. So we have to create two files. One is the header file where we will be declaring the class in which the socket communication logic will be written. And then there will be a resource file where all the logic related to the socket communication will be actually implemented, actually written. Okay. So let me add the header file here, but before adding the header file, let me find the correct location where I will add the header file. So let me open with, okay, let me open it in the, Explorer, open containing folder, right? So here you can see inside the socket project, I have include folder. So here in the include folder, what I will do, I will simply create a new header file, which will be with name socket communication .h. Socket com or socket communication. I have written socket communication. So this header file I have added here. And the source file I will add in the Windows service folder itself, wherever I have done it. So I will just add it here. So I can add it directly from here only. So wherever I will add, it will be simply added at the same location where my solution is. But for the header file, I have to add it from the existing items. So I will add it from the include folder. So socket communication.h. This has been added now. Okay, so now I'm going to add the resource file. So I will add a new item, which is a CPP file. So I will just write like socket communication.cpp. So this is the source file. So let me open the source file location as well so that we can see that where it has been actually created. So you can see socket communication.cpp, it has been created at the same location where the solution file is present. So this is fine. And now let us add some code into the header file. So in the header file, we will be adding the class, its declaration, and then in the source file, we will give the definition. So I have already written a piece of code here. So that is written in the C language. I mean, it's a C++ code, but I have written in the C language style. But in this program, I have to convert that into the C++ code. So this was written for one of my other codes, which is right now on live on Udemy. So you can purchase it from there. So if you want to have the understanding regarding the socket communication, the basic understanding regarding this socket communication, then that course explains it in detail, right? So, a few weeks back, I have seen that my course was as the bestseller course on the Udemy platform for the socket programming. So you can go there and watch it and buy it, purchase it basically. So in this video, in this series as well, I'm going to explain a bit all these things. Although I have explained all these things into that course, but yeah, still I will be explaining these functions to you in the coming videos. But yeah, in this video, I'm just going to show you that how you can add the, the logic to create the header file for the socket communication. So let me add these files like iostream and then steadyio.h. I'm not sure for what purpose I have added it. But yeah, let me add only iostream in this header file. Then I will add the other file, which is the winsock2.h. So here I have added the winsock2.h. This is the header file for the socket communication. And obviously you need to have this thing as well, using namespace std. Apart from that, all these things which are needed for the socket communication, this I need to add. But yeah, the port I need to add first. Rest of the things I will put inside the class only. So I am putting in here. And then obviously I have to add a library, which is the socket communication library. So you can add any library in this manner as well, like hash pragma comment lib and then the library name. So I need to add this one, or you can do something like this as well. You can go there, you can go to the linker section, and you can add the additional library. Additional libraries you can add input. So, uh, here you can see additional dependencies you can add here. So if you want to add, you can give the name here, WS, whatever has been written here. You can give the name here, and then you don't, in that case, you don't need to provide it here in that case. But I have provided it here, so no need to have this, added here. So better to have, just kind of uniformity across. So I will be adding this particular lib in this location. So let me add this. So after this, I will add this one. And now it has been added. Okay, so I don't need anymore this particular, hash pragma comment lib. And now I need to create the class. So inside the class, I can write the name as socket.com. Okay, and there I will be having some private variables and functions, and then I will be having public. Okay, so for the socket communication, I will be creating only one object for the socket communication. I don't want to create any other socket communication object. So I can make it, kind of singleton class as well. But the thing is that I'm not going to use it anywhere. And I know that inside this service class, I will be creating only one socket instance. So I will be using it directly. But I would suggest you, if you can make this class as a singleton class, then you can do this, and you should do this. But as of now, I'm not going to do that. Later on, if I feel I should do that, I will show you that. But I hope you are aware like how you can make a singleton class. So as of now, I'm just going to create a simple class whose object will be created. And once the start method, I will write a start method for that. Once the start method will be called, you will be able to start your socket communication logic. Okay. So inside the private members, I will be adding these things like struct socket in SRV. This I have added. And then I have this thing. This you already need to add. But I don't think this STD will be needed here. No worries. And then I have these things. Okay, this file FP I have used, so I don't need this file FP. So I will just not use this one. I will copy it very diligently so that I don't copy those things which you don't need for this particular project. So all these things I will explain to you what are the meaning of these. But yeah, I have already explained it in other course. So if you want to catch that course, I have already told you, you can go to Udemy, or you can visit, the course on the Varteta learning platform as well, which is a YouTube platform where you can reach. And there also, socket programming I have explained in detail. So that channel name is, let me write it, Varteta learning platform. So that is the name of the Varteta learning platform. That is the YouTube channel name, right? So there you can go and you can watch it. There is a complete socket course. Now what I need to do, I need to just write the declaration of these functions. So these functions which I don't want to, make it public, I will put them as private. So accept new connection, this logic, and send receive this one. This one can also be private. Okay, and then I have another function which is this is the main function. I will write it some other name. And then I think I don't have anything else. There are two functions, basically three functions. So one is accept new connection. The other one is send receive the message with the client. And the third one is the main function, which is actually executing the logic. But I don't have to write the main here. I will write that name as void start server, socket server. Okay, so start socket server I have written in here. And this should not be the private one. This should be the public one because this is the one which we'll call. Okay. So this is socket communication, all about it, and this header file is here, and I know I need to create one constructor, and at the same time I need to create one destructor as well. Okay. So this header file is ready now, and now I need to have my uh, the source file. So inside the source file, what I will do, I will simply use hash include socket communication.h. Here you go. And before that, I can have my, because I will be doing the logging as well. So hash include logger.h, which I have written. And before that, I should have stdi, iostream.h as well. Hash include iostream as well. Then you should have namespace std. Okay, so from here, I think you can remove this namespace std. Rest of the things are there. So I have added socket communication.h. I have added this logger.h for logging. And now I have to start the implementation of those functions which I have written, right? So what I need to do, I need to write like this accept new connection. So I will be copy paste it. So let me have entirely copy and pasted it here. Don't worry, I will explain it in the coming videos that what I have done in here. So let me add like socket come and then this thing. And before that, I think I should have socket com and the constructor. This is the constructor, and then I can have the destructor as well. And then I have like this socket com. This is the destructor. If needed, we will write something into this one. So what is the issue? Why this is showing me like this? Socket com. Oh, okay. I didn't give this bracket. So, okay. So this is the one. And accept new connection. And then I have another function send receive client message. So I will be copy pasting it in here. Here I will write like socket com and then send receive client message. That's it. So this is the other function. I will be removing all the extra stuff that has been written in here. So let me add another one, which was the main function, the logic of the main function. So I will be adding with the name void socket communication. And then I have start socket server. So inside this function, I will be having all the logic where actually we are starting our server. Okay, so this is the complete logic. Let me remove this return 0 because return statement is not needed. Okay, so all the return I need to have just basically I can leave it here. I can make it like returning as an integer. So let me make it returning as an integer because it may be that at some point of time I need to capture some kind of return value. So let me have this integer only. So yeah, here you go. So this is the one integer, and then ultimately it should be returning 0. Okay, now it is all set. I just need to remove some unnecessary stuff from here, just like uh, this one, which I have done send receive client message. So here I have done like fprint fp msg. So this I don't need to have it here. Anything related to fp, I need to just remove it. Okay, so let me see if I have used anywhere else my fp. No, I have not used fp or file pointer anywhere else. Let me see. So yeah, this is the file which I have created here. So I don't need to have this here. So this I created to, collect the messages from the client. So I will capture now that in some other sense, and I will show that in the log file that we have created. So most of the things are done here. If you compile this, okay, if you compile this, if I do like this, then hopefully it should get compiled easily with no error. Yeah, it has been compiled. If you build the entire project again, then also it should get built. Yeah, it has been built. So we are all set with it. But yeah, there is one thing that you need to do, which is like rather than having these things see out and these things fail to accept whatever messages I am showing you as a see out and these things that you need to replace. Okay, so that also you can do. So that I will show you in the next video, in the next lecture, that how we will replace it again. So it is just like we will be copy pasting this one, this thing, this macro that I wrote here. Let me see. Yeah, this is the this format log message, so that I can do in the socket communication.cpp as well. So I'm just going to put in this code. I have saved it all. So let me open the GitHub and let me push it in the repository so that you can get the latest code changes. So committing the socket files newly added. So I'm just going to add all these, whatever I have added in here. Okay, so permission has been denied. Let me see why it is giving me like that. Okay, so probably I need to close it. So I close it and then I need to commit it. Then probably I will be able to just commit it. Yeah, it is now committing. So if you face those kind of issues while working with your GitHub repository, then also you can do whatever I have done. Okay, so now I need to push it. So I hope you know that how to push the code. So if you want, I can have another course on this one. But yeah, as of now, you can have it simply here. So it has all been pushed. Okay, so if you will just open this, and if you will open in browser and you will just copy paste, I mean just clone it, so you can reach here. I have already shared it, so you can simply have this and copy it, and then you can run the git clone and then run all this this particular command. Then you will be able to see entire code in your local machine. Okay, so that you can do. And in the next video I will show you that how you can make the changes so that it can log the things into the log file that we have created, and no need to have it logged somewhere else. Okay, so with this, I would like to say have a nice day and bye bye. Keep stay tuned and keep watching this space. Thank you.